There's a quiet danger that comes with getting good at something. You stop listening. You stop learning. And you don't even notice it happening. Riku was a young apprentice in a small woodworking shop. For 3 years, he'd watched. He'd practiced. He'd absorbed everything his master, Harada, could teach him. And then one day, something shifted. His hands became confident. His cuts became clean. People started complimenting his work. He felt it, that quiet pride. That sense of arrival. He'd made it. He was good now. But Master Harada noticed something else. Riku had stopped asking questions. When Harada offered guidance, Riku would nod, but not really listen. He'd already decided he understood. And slowly, almost invisibly, his work began to change. The cuts were still clean. The joints still fit. But something was missing. A depth. A presence. The work had become mechanical. One morning, Harada invited Riku to visit a small tea shop in the village. The owner, Mrs. Aiko, was in her 70s. She'd been serving tea for over 50 years. Riku didn't understand why they were there. He was a craftsman. What did tea have to do with woodwork? They sat on the tatami floor while Mrs. Aiko prepared their tea. She moved slowly, deliberately, wiping the bowl, measuring the powder, pouring the water with complete attention. Riku felt impatient. It was just tea. Why was she making such a ritual out of something so simple? When she finally served them, Harada bowed deeply. Riku bowed too, quickly, politely, but inside, he was already thinking about getting back to the workshop. After they left, Harada stopped on the village path. He looked at Riku and said something that landed like a stone. "Do you know how many times Aiko-san has made tea?" Riku shrugged. "Thousands. Maybe tens of thousands." "And did you see how she approached it today?" Riku hesitated. He hadn't really been watching. Harada continued. "She made it like it was her first time. With full attention. Full curiosity. As if she might still discover something new. In Japanese, we call this Shoshin, beginner's mind. The ability to approach something with the openness of a beginner, even after years of mastery." Riku felt something uncomfortable rising in his chest. He suddenly saw himself clearly. The way he'd stopped listening. The way he dismissed Harada's feedback. The way he'd assumed he already knew. Harada's voice was gentle. "Confidence is necessary. But arrogance is a trap. The moment you think you've arrived, you stop growing. The moment you stop being a student, you stop being a master." Riku realized his work had lost depth because he had lost depth. He traded curiosity for certainty. Openness for pride. The next day, Riku returned to the workshop. But this time, when Harada offered a suggestion, Riku listened, really listened. He asked questions. He tried new approaches. He treated familiar tasks like he was learning them for the first time. And something shifted. The work came alive again. Not because his technique improved, but because his mind did. So here's the lesson for you. Shoshin. Beginner's mind. No matter how good you get, stay a student. Stay curious. Stay open. Because the moment you think you know everything is the moment you stop learning anything. And in a world that's always changing, staying still is the same as going backward. The masters never stop being beginners. That's why they're masters. So ask yourself. Where have you stopped listening? Where has confidence quietly become arrogance? Where have you stopped being a student? True mastery isn't about arriving. It's about never stopping the journey. Stay humble. Stay hungry. Stay a beginner.